Yo, what's up? Waki, back with another video. This is actually gonna be story time part 3. The other two story times were, kind of bad videos. Hopefully this one's not gonna be as bad. Back then, I was kind of afraid to be on camera. I'm not really afraid to be on camera anymore. But with that note, I have a cart. Got the ball. Unfortunately, I don't have a nick, but that's besides the point. I literally got sick today. That's why I'm making this. I'm making a story time of every time that I've got caught with a vape. So the first incident would be September 12th of, actually no, technically if you really want to go into it, let me turn this down a little bit, hold on. If you really want to go into it, the very first time I got caught was with a vape. I was in 2nd grade, right? So what happened was I had a vape on me. I was in 2nd grade, and one of my homeboys, he's still my homeboy today, but he was also my homeboy back then. This is a while ago. Like, I'm 18 now. Like, this shit happened forever ago. But it was my mom's purple fucking box. It wasn't a box mod, but it was a vape that you could refill, right? It was kind of a box mod. And I took that bitch. I brought it to school one day, and he's fucking snitched on me. And this motherfucker was like, yeah, he got something on him. And they called me up to the promise room, which was just the office at the time. We was in elementary, so they called it the promise room, right? But they called me up there. And they was like, blah, blah, blah said, I'm not going to say his name, but they're like, blah, blah, blah said that you got something on you that you shouldn't have. And I was like, I was sitting on the couch, and before they asked that and said all that shit, I kind of took the vape and I shoved it in the couch cushions, right? And I don't know what I was thinking at the time. I was young. I was like, they ain't going to find it. But they was like, they didn't find nothing on me. They sent me to class. I'm a little drunk, by the way, so I'm kind of slurring my words just a little bit, I can tell. But like a day later after that happened, they found it and I got suspended. So fuck. But before we get into this next story, take a little hit here, But this next story is September 12th, 2025. I got caught with a cart. So I was in B4. Anytime I say a number like B4, B6, B10, it means building 4 and, building 10, building 6, blah, blah, blah. But I was in B4. And the sinks are right here. So there's the door, a hallway. You take a left, it's the sink, and then a little not hair dryer, but blow dryer. You go straight, it's a stall, and then a big stall, right? And I was sitting where the sink was. I was hitting my pen, and I was like, "Hey, if an admin walk in, look at me," because my buddy was right here, fucking drying his hands off. I was like, if an admin walk in, look at me, right? And this motherfucker, no, skip that. This motherfucker, I'm sitting there hitting the pen. He's drying his hands off. He look at the door because the door opens. I look at him. I'm still hitting the pen. I look at him. Looks at the door. Goes back to drying his hands off. I don't think anything of it, right? He ain't look at me. I continue hitting the pen. Fucking Mr. Miller walk in. He sees me. He's like, come on. And I'm like, come on, bro. I try to play it off. I'm like, come on, bro. We got the same last name, bro. Come on. You really finna do me like that? Come on. And he's like, he literally said word for word, I don't give a fuck. Come on. I was like, fuck. Well, he never took the fucking pen from me. He's not an admin. He can't legally, take it from me. So I took it and I shoved it in my fucking short pocket. Because I always, even today, I wear shorts under my pants. So I can, hide my shit. But long story short, my ex, she wanted to be an L. She wouldn't take it for me, But yeah, I ended up getting Mr. McKay called. He searched me. He saw it in my pocket. He was like, "What's that?" I just gave it to him. It was almost empty, so I didn't really care at the time. But yeah, that's story number 2. Story number 3. I got caught, but I didn't get in trouble. He was just like trolling me. So I was in B5 in the bathroom with a bunch of other people, sitting by the sinks. You know, hit my pen. You know, actually no, it was my Nick. I was hitting my vape, and Mr. Davis, he's this big ass dude. He come in, swing the door open. He's like, "Hey," and he looks at me and he looks down at my hand, and I look at him and he's making direct eye contact with my vape. Right? He's like, "Put it up before I say something." I immediately say, "Yep." I put it fucking in between my balls, and I walk out. And I was like, "Hold on, bro. I gotta go to B4. I got a vape in between my balls." Because my buddy came up trying to talk to me. He was like, "Oh," he started laughing. I go into B4. You know, I take it out, put it in my short pocket. I was like, "All right, bro. I'll catch you." You know, dab them up in the class. Nothing happened. You know. Mr. Davis, he pretty chill guy. You know. I talk pretty fast. You know, I've already done like 3 stories and it's only 6 minutes in. You know. I say we take another hit and get into the next story. That was a perfect clap. Anyway, take a hit of the ball. So, the next story literally happened today. So, and the thing is, I should have really told this story first, because a lot of y'all probably aren't gonna watch this far. But if you made it this far, this is the best story yet. So this happened today. I was in the lunch bathroom, right? In the cafeteria bathroom. I was with my buddy, and he always hits my pen. Damn, my pen's low as shit. But he was, you know, he didn't even hit it. Like, right as I dapped him up and passed it to him, CJ, walk around the corner. And I didn't even, motherfucker, a 19-second ad, damn. But CJ, walk around the corner, and I'm like, I don't even try to hide it. I'm like, hey, he right there. Because, you know, he's going to see it either way. And, you know, at least try to hide it. Because he's not an admin. He can't take it from me. You know, try to hide it. Do something with it. And he's like, come to McKay. And he's seen the vape. I had the vape in my fucking pocket. It was a pink one. Say example for like this. It wasn't this one. But I had it like this. I didn't even realize. And you could see it, like, in my hand. And I was like, I was like, fuck. I started walking with him. Liam already walked out with a cart. He fucking put it in his back pocket. I took mine and I was like, fuck, because it was in my regular pocket. I was like, shit, I got to do something with it. And he walked out first, and I was like, shit, this is my opportunity. He cut the corner. I was like, all right, as soon as he turns, I'm going to put it in my short pocket. But as soon as he turned, he thought about it. He cut his head back. He said, and I was like, fuck, I just kept walking straight, right? So he went to go talk on the radio. He pulled the radio out. He started looking this way. He said, McKay, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what the fuck he said. But I took it. I put it in my short pocket. He ain't noticed. Boom, we good. I just got to worry about Liam. He on my cart, you know? But fucking, we go to talk to Mr. McKay. He's like, empty your pockets. You know, we ain't got nothing on us. He just made us empty our front pockets. He ain't make us, you know, do anything else. And I'm gonna change this song real quick. Hold up, change it to this. But Mr. McKay was like, "Stop playing games. I don't got no time with y'all. Go sit back down. You go sit over there. You sit over there." And CJ was like, "All right, I'm gonna go check the bathroom, make sure they ain't, you know, throw it or anything." And you know, we were good. And the bell rang right after I sat down, like literally 4 seconds after I sat down, probably. And I went to go walk out the cafeteria, and I wait for Liam, obviously, you know. And his brother knocked. He kind of stood in front of the podium. He didn't even know it, but he kind of stood in front of the little pillar where the camera was, because he passed it to me, and Knox was kind of standing in the way of the camera. So this actually helped me later on because they didn't know what he passed to me. You know, you can't see what he passed on the camera. But CJ, whenever he passed it to me, CJ fucking turned that corner. And he was like, oh, there it is. And he seen it in my hand. I'll literally show you exactly what it is. He seen it, he like dapped me up. He's like, oh, there it is. I seen it in my hand. I didn't even try to hide it. I took it, I put it in my hoodie pocket. But as I put it in my hoodie pocket, I took it and I slid it through my bracelets and up my sleeve, right? And once I got it up my sleeve, I kept my hands in here. I was like, I don't got none. You could put your hands in my hoodie pocket. He's like, I can't do that. Because, you know, he's not an admin. But he's like, he calls Mr. McKay. We wait for like 10 minutes, bro. He doesn't show up. We go sit in the sun because it's fucking cold as shit out. And finally, Mr. McKay comes and he's like, blah, blah, blah. Takes me to his office, makes me empty my pockets. You know, he doesn't find anything on me in his office. And then he fucking tells CJ to take me up to Dr. Mitchell so he can wand me. And, you know, the wands don't really work that well, so I was like, I might get away with it, you know? And he's like, he made me take my hat off and shit, made me fucking, you know, empty my pockets, you know, shake my hoodie pocket out. And then he took the wand. He's like, go like this, put my arms out, you know, I already know what to do. Didn't even mind fucking wanding my arms at all. He immediately started from my necklace. He literally scanned my necklace and started going down. He went, boom. Started going down, went down my left leg. Don't have anything in my left leg. I still have the cart here the whole time. Fucking scans it in between my legs. And the main reason I got caught is because of the fucking skinny jeans I'm wearing. You could see it stick. I looked down in my pocket as he's wanding. I could see it sticking out. I was like, fuck, I know he sees it. And he's like, He takes the wand. He goes exactly like this. He goes, say this in my pocket. He goes, It doesn't go off. He goes, beep. He literally takes it, just fucking tabs it. And he goes, beep. I'm like, fuck. He's like, hand it to me. I was like, fuck. So as I got the cart here, you know, I take the vape out. It's pink. It's pretty much exactly like this one. I take it out and I put it on the table. And he was like, why are you lying, man? Blah, blah, blah. Had to talk about that. But, you know, CJ, whenever I took it out, the vape was pink. He was like, whatever I saw was gold. he was like, what I saw was gold. You know, he saw the gold it is whenever he passed it to me. He was like, whatever I saw was gold, but all right. And they made a referral for me. I got possession of tobacco because it's vape. My buddy got distribution of tobacco because he passed it to me. But, you know, it was never the vape, it was the cart. I was actually able to, you know, play it off and get it down because the punishment we got was 1 to 3 days of ISS, most likely going to be 1 day. I don't know why she's crying, but most likely 1 day of ISS. And fucking, if I would have got caught with the cart, it would have been an immediate 10 days of OSS with, you know, extra shit. But, I actually have one more short story that I just remembered. It was also with CJ. This was before this incident. But I was in B6. I was with all my buddies. I had a dab rig, and I had a cart connected to it because I didn't have a battery. But it was a 510 thread, and it took like quartz coils. But I had a cart connected to it, and you would hold the bottom and take a hit. It hit. And fucking CJ walked in as I had it unscrewed. I had the dab rig in my fucking pocket. Well, the thing is, I had it in my hoodie pocket, and I had the cart in my hand. And I took the cart. He was like, CJ walked in. He's seen it in my hand. He was like, yep, you come with me. As he turned around and started walking towards the door, I immediately took the cart and put it in the small pocket of my pants. You know, they're not going to check right there. And then I took the dab rig out of my hoodie pocket. I didn't have time to put it in my short pocket. I tried, and it I fucked it up, and he started turning around, so I just took it out, and it started falling. And it went to my knee. I was wearing tight jeans. I'm pretty sure it might have been these. So I'm walking. I'm trying to, compress it against my pant leg so it doesn't fall down. Let me take the cart out of my shit. Oh, wait, I already took it out. Fucking hot as shit. But as I'm walking in, I was like, it wasn't me, it was my buddy, I swear to God. And he was like, what buddy? I was like, I'm not gonna snitch, but I was like, it wasn't me, like, you can search me and everything. He was like, so if I wanted you, I'm not gonna find anything? I was like, no, I'm being so, I swear to God, bro. And he was like, well, for one, for y'all, I'm an atheist. I don't believe in God. But I was like, I swear to God, bro. He's like, alright. He walked away, and the moment he walked away, that shit fell down my pant leg and made a sound. I was like, fuck, I picked that shit up fast as fuck. I just started walking off, bro. But I don't really got, any more stories besides those. So without further ado, take one more hit, and that's gonna be it for this video. It died right at the end of the video. What do you know? Well, on that note, hope y'all have a good one. If you made it to the end, comment something. I know a lot of people said that shit, but like, comment 420 or some shit. I don't fucking know. And if you smoke with me, comment what you smoked on. I don't know. But I hope y'all got a good one. Peace out.